Yes, sir. Here we are working on the 1984 Chevy, and just started cleaning up and cutting this brake line here that came off this combination valve. The inexperienced call it a proportioning valve. When I took the fitting off the end, it just kept twisting and twisting and twisting and snapped the line. This is okay, it's fine. So again, you really want to take your time and use one of these small little cutters, but free the clip. I freed the clip on the other side. It gives you a little bit of grace, if that's what you want to call what's happening right now. And you cut it off. You want to I like to go one-handed because there's literally nowhere else to put the other one. And believe it or not, I'd probably do this better with my eyes closed. Watching doesn't help. And if there's any little curve at all, you're not going to be able to slide that little brass fitting on. So here we go. We're going to cut this. It looks easy from the camera angle, but it's a fucking nightmare. Anyway, I'm under the rad hose, as you can see. And that line seems awfully wiggly, but again, it's because I undid the clip. It's fine. And if it breaks from that much movement, well, then you should be replacing the whole line anyway. It's usually right at the clips where things start to go nasty. So there, we gave her a cut. And what do? We take a wee bit of the emery cloth. I was pretty pissed when this happened today. I thought it would just unscrew, and I didn't realize it was just twisting the line and twisting the line until it candy caned and snapped. I'm an idiot sometimes. Feeling it. Yeah. And then first comes first. Use this 1/4 inch. So you want to get that little guy on there. The next part is the most brutal, or should I say the most crucial. It's this tiny little guy. O brake line, I thee wed, and I put thy ring on thy finger. So here it goes. You know, it's kind of cool. I'm actually using the camera and not even looking at it. Oh, fell right in there. Did you? Do I have enough? You want to make sure it's well on the line, but at the same time, you don't want too much sticking out, but you need enough to crush. So what's going to happen is once this compresses, it squashes that little brass ring in. Right there. I went to the scrapyard and I got the same one because it's a fucking nightmare to find on the old girl. 84 with the 77 grill. Yeah, baby. So that's the new old fitting. So that's going to go onto that other end. And once it goes on there, it just compresses. Obviously, I've got too much, so I'm going to have to cut it right here and make that happen. Yeah, baby! You know, so now, again, the most important part of all this is to make sure your shit is measured dead. Like, this is going to be perfectly lined up with the combination valve, aka proportioning valve, and it's going to go where it needs to be, and your measurements have to be pretty damn close. I have a little bit of wiggle room because I undid the clip holding the brake line, and the brake line has some wobbliness to it, but you want to get as good as you can with your measurements. Don't forget to put this fucker on. Done that a few times. And then with a little bit, you know, like a little bit, because it can handle. See how it. Oh, you mother. Anyway. Look at that. Doesn't like curves. And then you crank the shit out of it with your two little wrenches. But it's brass. Don't over torque. Now when you go to tighten these up, find the shortest little girly man wrench you can get. Because first of all, we're in tight quarters, right? So we want to get something, the smallest, probably shittiest, cheapest wrench you have. And then unfortunately this line wrench, which is pretty big, which is going to be a pain in the ass in there. It's a proper line wrench and it grabs all 5 sides. Now as I prepare this side, ooh, I can feel it. Ooh, I can feel it. Now don't fucking smash it. It's brass. It's like, I think it's already tight enough. Because I'm a fucking idiot, I'm going to give it another go. Wait a minute, let's see. Righty tighty. Lefty loser. Here we go. Now because I'm a drummer and I understand torque, I can just feel that. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And squashed. Woo, woo, woo. And now the fun part. In there. In the fucking truck. Alright, the trickiest bit. The shittiest bit. Going in there with our thing. I don't think I've got that little brass ring on there enough. I want to get it a little deeper. So I'm going to use the fitting to kind of force it. Oh, and that worked. Oh yeah, that worked. I got like a full 1/8 of an inch. So now I'm not holding the camera. It's wedged between 2 rusty pieces of shit. And here comes the second hand. God knows where the fuck it's gonna go. That's why they call me the gynecologist. And here we are. Oh, why not just spin it around, eh? Some school kid walking behind me. There it is, just double checking, because you only get one crack at the bat. Don't cross thread. And don't cross dress. It's a sin in the Bible. For all you kids out there. Alright, here we go. Now, how do I know I didn't pull the ring out? Well, because I'm pushing the line upward, forcing the ring back down. And here's the tricky bit. I think it's peanut butter wrench time. Peanut butter jelly time. feel like it's doing what it's supposed to. See? The right hand is just brutal. So there it is. Will it go? Oh, I don't know. I think I've got too much. Oh, look at you. Will it back off enough? Yeah, I think it will. Now what I can do is I could install it onto my combination valve prior to tightening it up, which would give me some even more wiggle room. But I already know that I got a slight problem because I've made it a little too long, which is fine. That'll all work. I'll tell you. Always worried, paranoid about my threads. I'm pretty happy with that. And then back into the combination valve. Now you come in with your chopsticks and you make some fucking rice. Yeah, baby.